This video was made possible by the EA Game Changers program. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel for a brand new video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Create a Sim items that came with the second community voted stuff pack Nifty Knitting, which is out tomorrow. Now the very unique thing about this particular stuff pack is obviously as a community we voted on it, so no one can go around and saying but nobody asked for this, because we literally as a community voted on the items that were going to come in this stuff pack, and B, the developers actually put together this pack while working from home. So I definitely think they deserve a pat on the back for that, but let's go ahead and jump into game and create some looks with the brand new stuff pack Nifty Knitting. Back in November, we as a community had the opportunity to vote on the theme and the gameplay theme for what this community stuff pack was going to become. So arts and crafts won out for the theme, and the gameplay vote was geared towards knitting, which I was so excited about when knitting won, because I thought that this stuff pack was going to be geared specifically towards elders. Much like the toddler stuff pack was geared towards toddler, giving them a little bit more to do in the game, I thought that this stuff pack would do the very same thing for elders, which isn't necessarily true. Yes, there is more for your elders to do, but it's not specific for your elders. Other ages can do the same things that elders can do, which is nice in a way, but I would have loved to have seen this pack more for elders. I would have loved to have seen more cast items that were specifically for elders and not other age stages. I would have loved to have seen the same thing for hairs, the same thing for shoes, maybe a little bit more makeup. I'm always crying out for more makeup when it comes to new packs, because we don't have a lot of makeup for our Sims. We don't have a lot of skin details. I was very surprised when I went into the skin details for elders that there's not that much to choose from. So I would have loved to have seen more of that added. Now with regards to the hairs, I do love the hairs. I think they were really brilliantly done. And the thing that's different about hairs for stuff packs is that we as a community didn't get to vote on the hairs that went into this pack. And typically it is the art director that votes on the hairs that go into any pack. So we didn't have a say. And I will say that I do like them. However, this one that we're looking at right now is very similar to one that we have for cats and dogs. Yes, I know the one for cats and dogs has a shaved side, but looking at this from the front, it's very, very similar. So I would have liked to see a little bit more variety in that regard. Now, I do love this hairstyle. I think it is very cool. It's very unique, and I love the little baby hairs. I think the Sims team is getting really, really good with details. They've come a long way from that cauliflower afro from the base game, so I'm very appreciative of that. Now with regards to the clothing items that came in this stuff pack, I think we have a lot of knits already in this game. For example, with Tiny Living and also Eco Lifestyle, we did get a lot of knits, but again, we as a community voted on this, so we don't have anybody to kind of say nobody asked for this, because we did ask for this, but we do have a lot of knits already in game. Now, the final thing that I want to say about the hairs is that there are two hairs that are exactly the same, except they have different swatches. You can see that with this particular swatch, it has more of an ombre look and more of a faded gray going on. I really wish that they would have just combined the two hairstyles and then added more swatches to the hairstyle, leaving an extra slot for a completely different hairstyle. Another thing that I want to say about Create a Sim is that there are actually assets in casts that are locked. So in order to unlock them, you need to insert a cheat. I will put the cheat on screen so you guys can see what that is, but the items that are locked in casts are actually items that your Sims can knit. So there are 3 pairs of socks, there are a couple of sweaters, and there is also a hat. Now the thing that's really cool about these particular items that are locked is that they have the opportunity to fail. So if your Sim doesn't have a high enough skill in knitting, they will fail, and you will get these swatches that have the stitching off, maybe holes in it, and I really appreciate those type of details. So that's something that really makes me happy because I am such a details person. We also have a brand new aspiration that comes with Nifty knitting, and it is called Lady or Lord of the Knits. And it says, this sim has yarn running through her veins and will stop at nothing on her quest to craft the perfect knittable. And I think it's pretty cool that we did get a new aspiration, but again, I would have loved to have seen more traits. It's just all about wanting more constantly. But the thing that I do love about community voted stuff packs is that we do know that the team is listening to us, because we have literally voted on the objects and the items that are going into the stuff pack. So another thing that I want to say about Create a Sim is, probably for the first time, I really do love the male cast assets, probably more than the female ones. And I know I don't say that very often, and I'm usually always wanting more for males. And of course I would have loved to have seen more for males, but I do love the sweaters that came for males in this particular stuff pack. Now, I just used the hat really quickly, and the thing about the hat is, I'm gonna be a grump here, I'm nitpicking a little bit. I don't really like the way it sits. It just looks like it's sat on top of the head instead of the sim actually wearing it. It looks like the hat is wearing the sim. So I'm not a big fan of the hat. I'm sure it looks really cute on younger sims, but for a teen and upwards, probably not something that I will be using very often. The final thing that I want to say about Nifty Knitting Create a Sim is that the items that are locked when you get into Create a Sim are the items that you can knit, as I said, and these items can be sold on your Sims's Plopsy, which I think is a very cool feature that they have brought into this stuff pack. That's another thing that I do enjoy about stuff packs, is that it isn't always all about stuff. There is actual gameplay items. I'll talk more about them in another video, but I am gonna go ahead and wrap up this lookbook and this overview of the Create a Sim items that came with Nifty Knitting. Well done to the developers for developing this at home. Well done to you guys as a community, to us as a community, for choosing these items that came in this stuff pack. I will have, of course, a breakdown of every item that came in this stuff pack for each age, so make sure you stick around to the end of the video for that. But if you enjoyed this, make sure to do all those cool interweb things, like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you've got that bell ding dong so you'll be notified whenever I do upload. But for now, I'm gonna skedaddle. Don't be a plum stranger now, guys.